I look at the New Testament account of Jesus Christ and I say, isn't it amazing that the empathy survived the rule keepers when later you see rule piled on rule by the church, but also the writers of the New Testament, who were obviously embarrassed by Jesus. They were worried about him. It says one of the only accounts in all 4 Gospels is the fact that he lets this whore pour perfume on him, and they're all offended. And they kind of, you can even feel the kind of arms like, oh, because we're in an oral tradition and everybody knows this story, damn it, I got to write it down. But boy, I wish we could just go to Paul's telling women to shut up and be quiet, because that's much more Middle Eastern. The thing is, you know, you got to think Taliban and Al-Qaeda to picture the context in which Jesus was doing these things, saying, I don't give a shit about menstruation. Go ahead, be healed. I don't care about whether you're unclean. No problem. I'm not scared of touching a corpse. It's just a corpse. He could not have been more clearly out of sync with his period of history than if he had said, if he had given us the formula for EMC squared. Serious. It's like a message to the future that would not be understood for thousands of years. And it's hardly understood today. And what it is, it's an evolutionary message that's saying, yes, you filthy primate that has crawled out of the slime and kills everything just for fun. I'm going to show you there's a different way. I didn't come to die for you. I came to live for you. I came to show you that there is another way to look at everything, and it isn't this stupid book of rules. And every time he refers to it, he says, well, it says, but here's what I'm telling you. It's Lucy and Jack understanding that a story might not have happened but could still be true. There is a meaning there, but it isn't the meaning of the superficial rule keeper who says, okay, here are the 7 things you must do and the 3 you must never do. So I think that freedom comes gradually in the spiritual journey, such as the one I talk about here in Why I'm an Atheist Who Believes in God. And that title is not meant to just be a smart-ass title to make you buy the book, that too. But it really is explained how to give love, create beauty, and find peace. And I'll tell you, finally, I'll end this talk with that and we'll do some questions. The how-to is to embrace paradox and stop looking for easy answers. Deal with it. It's the same how to have a 44-year relationship with somebody. Stop looking for the solution to a perfect marriage, and now I know it all. Just bring Jeannie a cup of coffee this morning. And then, you know, and then do the next courteous, decent, ordinary, mundane, silly little thing that forms a glorious patchwork of a life lived with someone that you care about. That's the deal. Don't look for the quick solution. And it's the same thing with faith. Whatever age you are, if you're young right now and you're a fiery evangelical, you may wind up as an atheist. If you're an atheist right now, chances are you're going to be a Southern Baptist preacher. Fact of the matter is, we're on a journey. And it isn't a question of a journey that will never end. It's an ongoing process of life. It's called evolution, both personal and ethical, of learning to be a better grandfather than a father, and also evolution in the sense of the entire evolutionary picture. Who was Jesus? Jesus was a glimpse of the end point of ethical evolution 10,000, 20,000, 5 million years before we get there. This is what it looks like. And we are not there. And we've turned it into a system of rules and regulation and exclusion. It has absolutely been turned on its head. And so I'll give you this key one more time. The context in which you can begin to give love, create beauty, and then find peace for yourself while creating it for others is not to try to find the answer to, quote, theological or philosophical questions. It is to do your version of become the person Lucy trusts. The only mirror that matters in your house is the eyes of the people who know you best. What you see written there is the truth. It is not in a book. It's whether you see fear, love, annoyance, whether you see trust. And God help me, I hope this always remains so, but you could ask Lucy of the million things that would ever happen, and one of them would not be, Ba will hurt me. If you start seeing something written in the eyes of the people who know you best, that reflects the world in which you want to live most beautifully, then whether you're doing it because you have the theology or you're a painter or a poet or an atheist or an agnostic is not the point. It's who you are that matters, the content of your character. And people say, well, then how do you judge what that is? Simple. Look into the faces of the people who know you best. Be honest with yourself about what's written there, and you will know yourself.